If you are here for advanced web development course, no, this is not the video you are looking for.
Hi guys, welcome to the second video on this channel. In our first video, we had a look at how to create the first web page that you can as an absolute beginner, and I will link that video right in the description or somewhere up here. You can have a look at it. And in this video, we will be looking at how to make that web page a little more beautiful. So for that, we are actually using something called CSS, Cascading Style Sheets. It's also a standard and it works across browsers. And let's have a look at it. And with these videos, I'm not having a tutorial series. I'm not telling you what to learn, all the tags, all the styles, all the technical stuff. I'll be going through the process that I have been through while I was learning these technologies. So you can have a gist of what this technology is, and you could go out and learn on your own. And you should definitely try that, and you should go and learn on your own, try out your own stuff, make your own stuff. Okay, let's get into HTML plus CSS basics. Hey guys, in the last video we made our first web page using HTML. So what we are going to look in this video is about CSS. There is something I would like to show you. This thing. This is something like a nerdy text or something that would say you are my best half or something like that. So why is it true? How does CSS become the best partner for HTML? So that's what we are looking this time. So this is the HTML page that we made in the last video, and we are going to look to incorporate cascading style sheets, CSS, to the HTML. So if you want to add some styling, some different styling to the H2 tag here, what we will be doing is we will add an attribute here. You know attributes, right? We added an href and a target here. The same way we will add a style tag. And style tags can be added to any HTML objects. And we can say color equal to red. Red, there are some very basic colors that would be available. So this is a style that we added. If you refresh the page, see the color came here. That's simple. And if you want to have different colors, you could actually use a hex color. How hex color? You could just go hex color chooser. Hey, Google itself gives it, or any other service you could use. Go change the color, take this hex code, copy it, come here, paste it. Okay, this box here is just a helper tool that comes with the IDE that I'm using, the Visual Studio Code that I'm using. So this is here, and color, this thing. So the property name comes first, separated by a colon, and then the value comes here. It's for every CSS property, and there are lots of CSS properties actually available which you can go and use. It's CSS reference. If you go this website or any website that you would see here, you could go and see which one to use, and you could try it out. These all styles, this is here. So if you want to add one more style, it will be separated by semicolons, and we would say text decoration underline. Go here, go to this page, see the style came here, and that's it about adding styles to the tag. So if you want to add style to multiple tags, say if I have multiple H3 tags available, how do I add style to all these? One solution, crude solution, would be copy the style, paste it everywhere. That's so lame. That method is so lame. So how to overcome this this limitation? So actually, these styles, giving styles like this is called inline styles. What we could do is we could go here and say style, a style tag inside head. You know, head does all the important stuff. So we add the CSS styles inside the head. We say style, and how to target all the H3 tags. To target H3 tags, we should say H3, right? If you're using a style tag, we don't need to target because it's inside that tag itself. Since it's outside, we need to specify which tag to identify or target. So H3 is there, and we are saying color as aquamarine, I don't know. See, it came here, the styles came here. But the thing is, there may be multiple h3 tags in our page, and we do not want all of them to have the same styles, which would be bad. So how to give styles to some specific set of tags? So in order to do that, what we can do is we can use something called class. Class is also an attribute that we can add to an HTML element. You could say class my beautiful class comes here. We could add the same class to multiple tags. Say h5 also added it. And how to target this? That's also another question. To target a class, we should use a dot. The dot comes here. So here's a dot and a paste. My beautiful class. It's available. And we are saying font family as something. What's this font? I don't know. Let's see. See, this one and this one got new fonts from the classes. And if we say color as red, this got a new color. And h3 had a different color. So if we have a class, it would override whatever styles we have given to h3. But if we give a what you call an inline style, if I say color as blue, it should actually override even that. Inline styles have the most precedence. So if you give an inline style, it will take the higher precedence. But it's better not to write inline styles, I would say. And here it is. And there is something also called ID. IDs are generally used just to target one DOM object. If you add the same ID to multiple DOM objects also, it would work, but it's never advised. You should not do that. How to add an ID is ID equal to some name, some my ID name. And how to target it in CSS? We could use a hash. We could use hash and say paste it, and we could say something. What style? Text decoration underline. See, the test3 got it. So see, you can see that for classes I separated them using hyphens, and for the ID names I use something called camel casing or Pascal casing. It's simple. Start with a small letter, no spacing, and all subsequent words starts with a capital letter. Do something like that. I will tell you the reason for this later on, but it's a good convention that you follow like this. Even if you don't follow and write it another way also, should work. Okay, so that's here. If you want to add multiple classes, what you could do is my second class. We should write the another class inside the same class attribute itself with a space. Okay, that's one tip. So this is here. And if we go and check out the source code, you know, right? If you go and check out the source code of any major website or something, you would be seeing another HTML tag. There's a div tag or a span tag instead of all the h1 or h2 tags that we have already seen. So what div tag and span tag already does is it doesn't have much its own styles. There's a big difference. Div tag and span tag. These doesn't have their own styles. If you just write a text inside, it would just be there without any styling. Without any styling, it will be there. So what it does is it would make sure that we will have some plain playground to work our CSS on. We could add a class here and add our own styles. So if you're adding a style to this font, this h2 tag, you might need to reduce the font size on our own, and it would be having its own styles that's added by the browser. So if we inspect, right click and inspect it, this right pane would show us the CSS stuff. See, these are the styles that we added. My beautiful class, h3 color. See, you can see a cross mark because it was overwritten by this class. If we remove this class, that color comes in actually. So, and there is some styles. So there are some styles to this h3 tag which is added by the browser. But for if you go and see for a div tag, you could see a display block would be there, and span tag would be having a display they won't be having in display block. It would be inline. We will be discussing about block and inline in the next video. Don't worry about those. But div and span, they would be having no styles on its own. That's a good thing. We'll having a plain playground for us to write styles on top of that without having to override any by default styles that the tag might have. So that's it. And in a production application, what we would be doing is we won't be having the styles inside the HTML itself. We would be having the styles inside another file, and we'll be linking the file here. So we could cut this and new file, paste this, beautiful, okay, and save it as main.css. It's in the same folder as test2.html, and we could link it up here. The linking also happens inside head tag. Everything important happens inside head tag. So we add a link here, rel equal to style sheet, saying this is a style sheet. I'm linking here, and we could give the href. It also have an href attribute. Href has main.css. Consider that if main.css was inside a folder, say CSS folder, we would be writing it as css / main.css. Since it's in the same folder, you would just write main.css and type as text / css. Don't worry about all these terms. It's just saying it's a CSS text type, and save it. We refresh the page, see the styles still come in, and we right click and inspect it. You could see the styles now come from main.css. Okay, so that's it. I think I have covered some basics of HTML, and you can go around, start playing with CSS. And I would like to show you something. This is a small page that I created. If you hover on top of it, you can see cascading, style, sheets. Right? I did this just using CSS, HTML and CSS. That's it. So in the next video, you'll be covering some basics of CSS and how to make it like this. Well, I hope you had a nice time, and see you in the next video. Okay, bye.